I've been here 4 times, and every time I go first. All right. I wasn't decided on what story to tell you. Thank you. But all right, let's do this. If I ask you all a question, like just to start things off, that you can kind of give me like an ensemble response, and it's a pretty ridiculous question, but we'll work it back in later. Do I look like the type of person that could be a platinum-selling rapper? Alright, there we go. Alright, my personal epitaph, this is where we begin story, kind of like exists purely in optimism. Whereas, I don't really believe in bad ideas or mistakes. I believe in learning experiences, per se. Like dating a stripper. Most people would say dating a stripper is a bad idea. It's a mistake. But you know what? It's a learning experience. It's an opportunity to meet new people who do different things other than you and I in ordinary lives. Like telling a female cop that your entire body should be considered an instrument of deadly weapon. It is a bad idea to some people. To me, it's a learning experience. I mean, so, now needless to say, I went to school up in Scranton outside of everything, like 20 miles from nowhere. And, all right, you're waving your hands. You know it sucks, too. And in the winter, we basically figured out there's nothing to do except drink shitty beer, play games with shitty beer, and watch reality television. So me, being a competitive spirit, discovered the wonderful world of gambling. Learning experience. I started with online gambling in offshore bank accounts and such. And due to moderate success in a DSL connection in my dorm room, was able to build up enough of a bankroll that my name got out on like the Scranton circuit, I suppose, and I was able to meet up with a young bookmaker who was enterprising with college students, and I thus forged a friendship with him where I would place bets and he would pay me when I won and I would pay him when I lost, and I completely lied to him as to how much money I had access to, so my limits were much higher than they should have been for an 18-year-old kid with no income that was on a full baseball scholarship. I didn't even have a job, okay? And now this kid is like the personification of everything negatively stereotyped for Italian Americans. I mean, he's like 5'5", only lifts to make his Armani white t-shirt fit a little bit tighter. And if you gave me 5-to-1 odds that he popped out of the womb wearing a gaudy gold necklace, a wife beater, and enough hair gel to make Brando blush, I'd have put $10 on it. I mean, that's just what I'm saying. All right? So, I mean, everything goes great. I start hitting it off tremendous with the kid at first. I'm winning all the time, and he's pretty hip to the thing, so he's calling off what I win to bigger, more established mafioso types. And so we go through like the whole year, and come Thanksgiving, I do what every gambler should never do, and I lose $1,000 on Thanksgiving Eve. But I'm home in Philadelphia, and he's in Scranton, so I have 4 days to enterprise and make this back. And I do it. I make all the money back, and I come out on like $200 on top by the time collection day is on Monday. It's a terrible idea. It's a bad idea. It's a mistake. It's a learning experience. But at 18 years old, I didn't learn. Not at all. 2 weeks later is Christmas break. The same thing happens. Except for Mike's not as lucky this time. And Mike comes back from Christmas break down $8,752. I don't have a job. I'm 18 years old. My parents are a grocery store clerk and a waitress. This is not a good situation. I avoid said Italian mail for 4 weeks until I get a phone call from some said Italian mail's constituents. They'd like to have a meeting. So I invite them over to my dorm room. I live in a dorm room. Okay, and all the money I had won, I had spent. Okay, I had the most pimped out dorm room in the world, which at the time seemed like a great idea, but is the most asinine thing I've ever said at 25 years of age. And they come over and they're sitting in our little common area foyer or whatever, and I'm in the bathroom, and I got friends with me because I think I'm getting whacked. All right, I think I'm getting whacked, and I'm thinking, what can I do? I'm like, what can you do? What can you do? What are you good at? And I rip out of that bathroom with a sales pitch like the ShamWow guy, okay? I swear to God. And I step down in front of them, and I never mention for a second that I owe them money. And I go right into it, I go, you guys want to make a legitimate business decision right here today? You want to get into the entertainment industry? Well, I am here to tell you that I am the next great rap star in the United States of America. All right? And if you're a business owner and I owe you $8,700, okay? Is there anything that I can say or do that's going to make you give me more money? Probably not, because you all have rationale, okay? But I break into a 45-minute impromptu a cappella performance that combines the best of Michael Jackson at the American Music Awards, the Beatles on Epic Man, and Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock, and they are wowed, all right? They look at me at the end of it, and they just, like the look, like, on great sex that you didn't expect at all. And the big fat one says, I need a cigarette. They go outside, and my friends, like, kind of huddle around me, and we don't know what to expect. We got no freaking clue. Like, we don't know what's going on. He comes back inside, and the two of them stayed outside. Like, less witnesses. And he pulls me real close. It's like a 35-year-old Italian man whose name is synonymous with somebody who's opening a casino in this town and can't because he's been paying off jurors since the late 80s. Okay? This is what we're talking about. It rhymes with D. Maples. And okay, it's his son, and he pulls me close, okay, and he slips something inside my pocket, and he goes, in 5 years I want my kids to see me on VH1's Behind the Music as the man who got you started. It's a bad idea, ladies and gentlemen, to accept $10,000 from the mob when you already owe them $8. It's what causes you to drop out of school, become a car salesman, and still be looking for your degree at 25. And that is my story.